Okay, brothers. Tell us what you got going on, OYE.
All right, man. Thank y'all so much for joining us today on Hank Rising Sun and Miss Bliss. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're gonna overcome all the technical difficulties as we introduce this age of Aquarius. Uh, it's really been a the whole thing. I guess got to start with astrology, Hank, and Pluto,
Do your
and this
thing, brother.
guy over here scratching
Tell
his
us where we
head.
are in the star system.
So I like to talk about portals, and how portals open. And there's generic portals, and then there's real life big boy portals. So when everybody's talking about 1111 portal, and they're talking about 555 portals and 333 portals, like that's anybody can jump through that portal. But 248 years ago, a portal opened, starting with the Revolutionary War, and that was when Pluto went into Aquarius. So right now, nobody on this call has ever felt that energy before at the very beginning. What happened 248 years ago allows us to even be here right now because we are Americans. You know how Americans have this privilege and things, right? And Pluto issued in a rebellious nature. It was just like coming to the club, was like, what's up? What's up? What's up? We doing whatever. So today, Hank, Miss Bliss, this is the beginning of the Aquarian age. Everybody's been asking about it. When is it? When is it? How's it going to be issued in? It's going to be explosive because Aquarius is explosive, Pluto is explosive. And when you study astrology, there are degrees: 0 degree, 1 degree, 2 degree, all the way to 29 degrees. Real astrologers know that every sign is made up of 30 degrees. That's 30 times 12 gives you 360 degrees. But the thing people need to realize is Shantam Nityama, aka Baba Fatishe, is 0 degrees Aquarius, and Pluto is shining through him as a portal right now. He's been feeling it the last 2 or 3 months while it was at the end of Capricorn. But right now, it's in Aquarius as of today. Today, the day that you're doing this show, Pluto is in Aquarius at 0 degrees. So, like when they start a ritual, they hit the gong, just like you did. You was like, dong. We summon all these masters, dong. Capricorn is confinement. Capricorn is rules, regulations, and restrictions. It's over, Hank. All the rules just went out the window. All those people that you summoned, it was just like, remember when they let what's my man from South Africa, Miss Bliss? What was his name? When they let him out of jail?
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Just imagine if 50 Nelson Mandelas got let out of jail today at one time, and the celebration. So today we celebrating with that energy as Pluto comes in to transform us. Everybody's been asking for a transformation, but it couldn't fully happen in Capricorn, which has been for the last 12 years. Hank, you've been feeling like you want to get your stuff off, but you kind of had some restrictions a little bit. That's why Capricorn was like, let's line it up right. Let's line it up right. But today, we free as Hank's hair, free as my hair. We out here. When they say we outside, Miss Bliss, the energy is outside. And I'm to have my brother on here, Shantam Nityama, just with his message around dark matter, his message around Tantra, and also reintroducing us to the mother, something he's been trying to do for the last 35, 40 years, probably longer than that. A lot of people associate Tantra with sex, 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 but sex comes from the mother. So with that being said, I just want to introduce the big Baba himself, Shantam Nityama. I have a lot to say more, but I don't want to prolong the introduction. I'd like to just get over the some of the good stuff that he got going on lately and some of his discoveries. Baba, how you feeling this morning?
Peace, family. How am I feeling
Peace.
this
We hear
morning?
you fine, brother. We hear you good and clear. Talk to us on this early Bali morning.
So there are many things moving, and they're moving really fast. And all I feel mainly at this point is the sand shifting under my feet, and the beach in no way looks the same as it did yesterday. So he's saying that this energy of Pluto is just coming in. So it's just hitting me across my head at this point. So I'm reeling inside. There's so many things going on. My mind is and my consciousness is moving so fast, and having just come in contact with you, frequency, and having come back from Thailand, where me and Brother Oye went to Thailand to be with the Buddhists for their big celebration. It was amazing. I've never seen anything so large, orchestrated so well, and just the whole vibe of being in a room with close to 100,000 people meditating at one time was amazing, along with all of the other things that they brought forth during our 4 or 5 days that we were there, going to different temples and visiting them. It just opened up so much until ever since we've been back, I've been in a process of just integrating, allowing my old consciousness just to step aside, and me continue to keep opening to newer and newer things that I had very little awareness of before now. So that's cutting across every aspect of my life. Even with the whole experience of Oye coming and moving to Bali and being right here in the same space with me, that's been amazing. It's opened up so many things at such a fast pace, things that I've been waiting for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden the floodgates open up, and here it feels like it's all coming at once. So I'm really in a deep process of adjusting to the level and the quality of the energy that's coming in. And I know that it's getting ready to hit us all in a similar way, because Pluto is going to be clearing the house. And we need to be preparing ourselves, and really need to be acclimating our lives to the spirit going on this physical realm at this point, because they're going to be throwing all kinds of illusions and misinformation and disinformation and all kinds of stuff at you. And if you get caught in it, you'll be swirling. So I'm just encouraging everybody to meditate, stay close to your own being, pay attention to the things that your heart is bringing forth for you to connect with, and dedicate yourself, dedicate yourself. And even for me, at this point, that level of dedication is quickly emerging, and yet just being in mode for so many years, you kind of like, when is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? You know, and so now here it is, and now it's time to adjust, and it's really requiring a lot of me just to adjust to the speed at which things are coming in that are extremely good and beneficial in many, many ways. One of the things that I said I'd speak a little bit about is just coming in contact with the YeMingZhu and having that whole energy open up in me, and it start communicating to me about dark matter and how to work with dark matter, and to start to understand what that even means. And it's been interesting because, as you know, Hank, my background has been mostly spiritual stuff all along the way, but then my foundation has been the whole sexual and relationship arena. And it's been showing me things about the dark matter that allows me to start to understand what is the vagus nerve all about. I admonish everyone to go and look up vagus, the vagus nerve, and see what its role is within the body, and to also look up all of the nervous system, a whole autonomic nervous system. That's how dark matter travels through us. It's through that autonomic nervous system. We know very little about what goes on inside of a nerve, because it's just like they know very little about dark matter. They describe it, they try to describe what they think goes on, and at the end of all that, they say we have no idea what's really happening with dark matter at all, the scientists. So this is a totally unexplored realm, and in light of you having melanin in your body, you live in dark matter. You are dark matter. No way around it. The other thing is I've come to see that how dark matter gets trapped in different places within our system by us grabbing for light all the time, trying to get all the light. But the light is kind of holding dark matter in place so that it never gets to do what it does, which it will restore your DNA. It will bring back online all the things that we've been missing, but we have to surrender to it. So one of the things that I noticed is that even in my body work and energy work, starting to bring in the dark energy, which expands the space around dark matter, which allows dark matter to move freely and do what it does to restore your DNA, to restore all the different things that we have been looking for and wondering where they are, and they've been hiding in the dark matter.
How you
and
doing?
How you doing, love?
Light.
No, I got a live show happening. What's going on?
Hello.
Rising sun, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
You gotta mute yourself.
I thought I did. Pardon me.
So, getting
Oops.
so they can be
Uh-oh, it seems like it's freezing up. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
and the
Okay.
cranial
Oh, here he is.
nerves and the spinal nerves can be reset. I have no idea if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. You're good.
I think his transmission's slowing down over on the side of Bali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll just wait a few seconds to reconnect. But thank everyone for sharing what part of the world they're listening to. Pardon the, I thought I had the mic on mute, but I'm still learning how to work with this gadget. With that being said, I think OE is going to assist Baba to get back online. Remember, he's on the other side of the planet, y'all. Well, maybe twice.
I think I'm back.
I think you're back too, and so is OE.
How'd you get a duplicate of him? How did you do
I
that?
don't know, man. We driving without a license up here. I'm gonna put it between two Nityamas. Put you, Bliss, right between Nityama twice.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
And Special thanks to Brother
I
Oye
have no
being
I have
science
no
officer.
idea where I dropped out.
Vegas nerve.
Yes. Vagus nerve.
I have no idea where I dropped out and what I was saying. So I've been over here talking to the mother by myself.
No, we hear you. And the last thing, Oye, if you can hear us, let him know that he was speaking about the vagus nerve.
What is it like to talk to the mother?
It's
That's a
just
good
going
question. What
in
is it
and
like to
out.
talk to the mother?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. We can hear you. You're good. You're good. It's the
Miss
transmission.
Bliss, can you check the message I sent you on WhatsApp, please?
Hello?
We can hear you. Oye, let Baba know we can hear him. And the last thing I remember he was speaking about was the vagus nerve. Wasn't that what he was talking about, Bliss?
Yes, he was talking about the vagus nerve.
Yeah. And he just dropped off, Oye, as you can see.
Yeah,
But he's
let me
coming
go.
back.
Right, I'm gonna go over there and see.
Oh,
Is he
he's coming
back?
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Vagus nerve.
Okay. It runs all up and down the back, all up and down the front, and it connects with almost everything that's going on in your body. Many of the ailments and things that people are having is simply because the vagus nerve is pretty much shut down. Dark matter is being inhibited to flow through there smoothly without obstruction. So one of the things that I've been noticing in the body work, I can put my hands on a person and I can feel the places where the dark matter is being obstructed. It's in no way being allowed to do what it naturally does to maintain us. So I've been just putting my hands on those places where I can feel it being held and bring in the dark energy to free up space around the dark matter so the dark matter can move and do what dark matter does. And it's been amazing to see how that has been affecting the people that I've been coming in contact with. And the other beautiful thing is, you women, y'all are walking YeMingZhus. The man is just coming to activate the darkness in the YeMingZhu to disperse it so that your natural inborn light that's already there can come out. So the phallus is nothing but penetrating the YeMingZhu in you like the sun penetrates a regular YeMingZhu. And as you keep wearing down that casing of the darkness of the YeMingZhu, all of a sudden you don't put light in it. The light that's in it starts to emanate from it. So it's been amazing just seeing that, and I'm seeing that all these things can even be done over distance. It doesn't. I can make love to a woman anywhere in the world and start to introduce her to this whole process. I have no idea if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Beautiful. So this has just been opening a brand new world to me on the whole male female relationship and all of that, because she is capable of bringing about things in a man's life or in the lives of all of us the same way the YeMingZhu is capable of. But she's been shut down. All the trauma, all the fear, all the false desires that have been placed in her, all this covers that light over. The light in her is in no way allowed to emanate from her to bless everybody that she comes in contact with. It's almost doing the opposite at this point in many cases on the planet. So I'm just seeing the understanding of the dark matter and the dark energy and the nervous system is going to be crucial going into this next phase. And I'm just digging in there as quick as I can dig in there and experiment as deeply as I can so that we can start to bring up to us in a much deeper way. You have any comments, OE?
Oh, absolutely. I just think it's amazing as you are tapping into your YeMingZhu. You're just describing YeMingZhu activation using a different wording because it's never been in expressed like dark matter being unleashed. Like, what is it to have a having a YeMingZhu is one thing. Activating a YeMingZhu is second. So just to be in possession of this crystal that has been looking for you your whole life, that's been following you. It says my screen is going in and out. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
What we're Can you hear me?
Yes.
What we're experiencing on this internet is what people are getting ready to be experiencing in their minds as Pluto comes in here. It's going to be flashing on and off. They're going to have a thought, and then all of a sudden they have no idea where that thought went, and another thought coming in, and things are going to be jumping around just like I experienced on this Wi-Fi today. This is just Pluto announcing itself.
Why would people's minds be jumping around like that? Is there like something that's going to cause them to be stressed out? Is there like just like why would people be stressed out like that?
Because you're getting ready to have much higher frequencies coming into your awareness that you've never known before, and it's going to throw you off to a certain degree in the beginning because nothing is going to be recognizable. You may get up in any day now and look out your door, and rather than leaves being green, they may be 300 and some different colors all at the same time. Because you're going into fifth dimensional living, and it's nothing like the 3D construct that has been created around you to keep you from knowing who you are and what this is that you are an intricate part of. So we have never seen reality. So people talk about living in reality. They have no idea what reality is. They have no idea what it looks like, tastes like, smells like. All these things are getting ready to change. You may end different variations of different things until all of a sudden you're like, my whole system is going haywire. It will just be coming online as it was intended to be, but you never knew that because all of that has been pushed into your subconscious, and it's just down there attempting to get out without us understanding exactly how to facilitate its ability to emerge and consume your life. You belong to dark matter. That's all you are. Dark matter in motion. But because they can have no scientific proof of what goes on in dark matter. They just want to overlook it like it means nothing. It's everything. And you're walking in it. You are a part of it. You live and breathe dark matter. And they've trained us to be afraid of the effects of dark matter within our consciousness. So, and one of the main ways that they did it was to turn men and women against each other. Even if you're being a conscious man or a conscious woman at this point, you still have got all this debris in your subconscious, much of which you have no idea what it even is at this point. And unless you're courageous as all get out, you in no way want to go in there to even start shuffling stuff around to see what's the condition of everything in the basement. We just been throwing shit down in the basement and walking off like it'll never come back to visit. But no, it's just waiting. So even from
I just wanted to ask a question. What is the importance of tapping into and listening to Mother, and how have you been able to tap into that source, the Mother source?
Well, for one thing, in order to reconnect with the Mother, you've got to be capable of feeling and willing to feel and love feeling.
Oh.
Because that's what she's communicating through. That's the reason why your autonomic nervous system is so important, because that's where you're getting all the vibrations and sensations and everything to help you stay on point as you're moving through your life. That's her talking to you continuously. But many people are attempting to stay disconnected from feeling because it brings up uncomfortableness. Just to even have a feeling running through you strongly that you can in no way put your finger on and identify what the feeling even is. I'm talking about looking outside and seeing 300 different shades of green on a leaf. Imagine getting up and you got 500 different feelings running through you that you've never felt before. How do you sort that? You've got to slow down, breathe, feel, and keep feeling, even as remnants of fear may be running through you. But you got to grit down, hang 10, keep breathing, keep meditating, and go through and allow these things and their real meaning to be revealed to you. And this is across the board in every aspect of your being. Your physical being, you're going to have to come to understand and feel what it's doing and why it's doing what it's doing. We have people walking around this plane at this point that could be sick and they have no idea they're sick. How do you do that? When you've got a mechanism inside of you that's constantly attempting to communicate to you and keep you up to date with what's going on internally inside of you. But we have been listening to the noise. This that I'm talking about is that small, still voice inside that you got to really be listening. If your mind is zooming around and caught up with TikTok and this and that, you'll never hear it. So we've got to quieten our nervous system down so we can even hear what our nervous system is attempting to communicate to us. So a lot of time, introspection, meditation, qigong, anything that is bringing you in touch with how the natural energy of the universe is flowing through you and how you are part and parcel of that. You are that. But do you know the language? Because it's talking to you all the time. Do you hear it? I've had experiences of me doing work with women, and they couldn't find their vagina.
What?
Imagine, don't jump too fast, because in subtle ways you may be unaware of where yours is. Because it,
You're gonna have to show me when you get here if it's lost.
yeah. So basically, unless you can feel it, see, I do an exercise with people. I ask them to stand up and close their eyes, and then tell me which parts of their body they can feel and know it through a felt sense experience versus thinking I got one. See, most women think they've got a vagina, and that is evidence to them that I must have one if I can think that I have one. No, it's only a vagina there if you can feel it
Hmm.
and
Mm.
feel what's happening
Woo.
inside of it. So if a man comes to you to make love to you, if you can't, you're you're like a drum communication, send and receive. You know, you got to ricochet back to the man what he sent to you energetically. You can never be there in your mind doing your own rendition of sex and think you're having sex. You- Sex is in no way a thinking process. Most women are so much caught in their heads through the conditioning that this society has put them through. They're so busy trying to maintain what's going on in the head until it creates a direct disconnect from their own vagina. I just need some help getting out of my head when I'm having sex. Why? You've got a body, go to it, feel it. Stay with the feelings. Because if you stay with the feelings during sex, all kinds of things may come up inside of you where you want to jump up and run out of the room. It's like doing darkness meditation. When I was doing darkness meditation, my subconscious started emptying what I had taken in over my life. I'm seeing it right in front of me in a dark room. I'm seeing it in life size form, everything there, all the communication, everything. And then I have to stop and remind myself, you're in a dark room. Where is that coming from? Where is this acting out of a scenario coming from when you're sitting in a dark room by yourself? Many times I had to just grab myself in my consciousness because I wanted to jump up and run out of the room. The things that were coming up out of my subconscious, they were terrifying. But then I started to see these are things that I took in unconsciously. And they went straight into my subconscious and they've been sitting there waiting for me to clean house.
Wow.
And this goes on with women in sex. This is a lot of times if a man is being sexual with a woman, he'll keep on connecting with her and it'll look like she's open up and having a good time. And then she'll hit something in there where all of a sudden you'll feel her completely shut down. She's no longer in the room. Why? Because now you've gone down deep enough until now you're starting to purge up the stuff that she in no way wants to know is in there. Even things about her sexuality. Most women don't never express their sexuality. They express it what their girlfriends told them sexuality is all about. That's different than you expressing your sexuality. It's got nothing to do with you checking in with your girlfriends. None of her reflex points in her body are connected to your vagina. So whatever she's talking about, you will never know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes.
got to discover it inside of you firsthand.
Mm.
And that means dropping all of your ideas about what you think sex is about and experiencing sex face to face with all feeling present. That's a scary proposition for most people on this plane. And it's nothing that I'm saying just about women. For men too. Most men will be terrified if a woman's real sexual energy opened up. It's so strong and so powerful and so uncontrollable when it first comes out until most men are completely feel overwhelmed. Most of them are still struggling with ejaculation control and all these different things. So if a woman's energy opens up, the man's like, slow down, hold on. He's scared because that power that comes up in you is so strong until he will feel immediately overwhelmed. And so most women, even if they have a little understanding of what's going on, they're constantly attempting to baby these men because they know that if she completely opened up, he would in no way be able to handle it. She just intuitively knows it. So she tries to take care of his fragility by attempting to go slow with him, but by going slow with him, she misses herself. So there's no payoff in babying him. I tell men, if you've never had a woman, you're making love to her, and all of a sudden she starts beating you in your chest and hitting you upside your head and calling you all kind of son of a bitches and motherfuckers, you ain't never had sex. You still, it's something else you've been doing, because she's gonna come to that point where she is fighting with everything in her to get you off of her because you're taking her somewhere she's never been. She has no idea what's hidden behind that door. But this is what the YeMingZhu is all about. The sunlight coming in is removing the things that have been covering up and holding the light inside of the YeMingZhu. There's nothing that needs to be done. The light is already there, but it's been covered. So now the person is afraid of the brightness of that light. So the woman is a YeMingZhu. She's afraid of her own light. So she plays herself small and plays games and does all this to keep from having to come face to face with her own light and having to be honest. That's the main one. See, the YeMingZhu, when the sun and the meditation and everything breaks it down, the YeMingZhu gets honest. It starts to shine the light that it was holding inside out without any restrictions, without any holding back. Can you imagine how frightening that would be for a woman to all of a sudden you making love to her one day and all of a sudden all her lights come on?
Yeah.
Lights that she never saw in herself even.
Yes. So last year you did a mastermind training, a think tank for men. Could you tell me a little bit more about what that was about? What you did with the men, the training for them last year?
Which part of the man in you wants to know?
The man in me?
Evidently, you asking about a man. What is your curiosity about how the man functions?
Well,
I'm talking to you about what goes on with women, and your first question is about the men.
Well, I'm asking because you're mentioning that a lot of the men would not know how to handle a woman when she's fully open, when her YeMingZhu is active. So I was curious to know that if you taught any of those men how to handle that situation if it did activate within a woman.
That's your job, to get out there and see if they can handle it.
Oh, okay.
I don't do men. You pulling me over into your jurisdiction. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm sharing the information so you women can come out of hiding and start doing what the mother sent you down here to do. She sent you down here to raise gods.
This is getting
good. Asking me a god that needs still to be raised. You're asking me what should you do? I'm not asking you where to put my penis. Why are you asking me about your vagina and what do the men need to know? what do you need to tell them that you never told them?
Mm.
Can you be honest when you being with one of them? Or do you that like most women faking it, trying to get him to come in and surrender to them? And in that process, that's a whole different process. That has nothing to do with becoming more conscious. So you've got to show up as a woman, have the woman's experience, and then articulate and communicate back to the man what that experience is so he can set the drumming on his end up differently to keep you sending back the messages that he's sending you. See, if a man is making love to you, if he's sending different frequencies to you, you should come to the point where you can name what frequency he sent to you while you're sending it back to him. But you're going to have to know how you work in order to do that. And there's no way I, a man, can actually tell you the specifics of what that's going to be like for you. You're going to have to discover it through you discovering your own womanhood.
Right.
The mother set you up. Ask the mother. That's what she's here for you to ask her everything you need to know about how to transform a man from a regular man. First of all, how do you transform a little boy into a man, and then take the man and transform him into a god? All that's in you. Nothing you can ask me about it, really. I mean, I can communicate to you about the things that's being shown to me, but you have still no idea what I'm talking about until you experience them in you. So if I start answering too many questions about the man, you'll know more about him still than you do about you. But what's the point of that? This is about you knowing you. So how can I lovingly be there with my sisters and say, excuse me, but I'm in no way the source of all your difficulty that you're having. I may have contributed in my ignorance, but that's what I'm in the process of doing in my life and have been for years. How do I get out of that position of being blamed for shit that I don't even know what's happening? Because nobody's even communicating what's really going on. But yet I'm supposed to fix it. How can I fix something I don't know what the problem is? And then here on the planet, you hear women say these days, I don't want no man to fix me. Well, if you broke, you should want your ass fixed. What are you saying? I don't get it. I want to be fixed. If I need to be fixed, I want the mother to fix everything in me that's been broken.
Right.
So the same is true from the woman's side. And the mother created you. She knows how you work. She knows everything she put in you. She knows all the different flavors and colors of your pleasure that you've probably never known, which would have been taking all the covering off of your YeMingZhu so that your light would come out. But this is an internal process. This is the reason why I said you may start having feelings you've never had before. Imagine being with a man and all of a sudden your heart opened up and he feels like he just merged into your heart and you don't even know if you can get him out. It's like that Sweet Honey in the Rock song. Hey man, how'd you get in here? I don't remember letting you in. Hey man, how'd you get in here? You're in my heart without consent. This is where you may find yourself, that he's in you and you can get up and leave him and you can't get away from feeling him all over you.
We have a church tonight.
He breathes and you breathe. And you know you breathing with him because you were willing to breathe with him when you were with him. I would rather for a woman to tell me, I love breathing with you. Breathing with you makes breathing so easy for me. I'd rather have her tell me that and tell me she loved me. I get paranoid as hell the moment she tells me she loves me because I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. What does that mean? I've heard that word used by Biden and everybody, but what do you mean what they mean, or do you mean something else? If so, paint me a picture of what it means you are loving me, so I'll be able to recognize it when you're acting it out. Because I hear women say, I love you, and then the things that they do are so far from love until there's nothing I can do with it. I'm just stopped in my tracks. So I even ask women sometimes, yesterday you didn't love me because you hadn't told me yet. Today you say you love me. Tell me what I was doing yesterday that I can no longer do now that you've told me you love me. How is it going, your loving me going to diminish my life and my freedom and my ability to be who I came here to be? Is it going to accentuate it? And if so, tell me how. Then, you've never been in love? Don't you know what it is to be in love? I said, no. You never fell in love? I said, no, I've never failed anywhere. My whole life has been aspiring to rise. So tell me how I'm going to rise in love with you. Now, I'm in no way interested in falling in love with you. I may never get up. So talk to me. Make sense to me. You know, because the things you're saying to me, they make no sense to me in an aspiring, intelligent man. Make no sense to me at all. I want this. I gotta have that. I need your attention. I need it. Blah 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 blah. Okay, and what am I to do with that? Your desires were created by you, or they came from somebody else to you, and you accepted them. And now you're telling me I've got to figure out how to satisfy them? No, it's in no way happening. I may be sitting there, and you may think you're getting over on me. You may think I've surrendered, but in no way be fooled.
I think you're frozen. I think you're both frozen. Oh, you're moving, Nityama. I think you're back now.
Everybody dropped away on my screen. I have no idea what's going on.
Can you hear me?
These people can spy on everybody, but they can in no way keep a Zoom call happening.
I think you're going in and out. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, well, he's definitely dropping a good message. If he drop out, OE drops out, and then they come back like a wave. Here he comes.
Yeah, like a shroom wave, right? Like
yeah,
shrooms,
there it is.
Right? The shroom wave.
Yep, he's back.
Are you there? Can you hear us?
Okay, no. OE's son is dropping.
What are y'all talking about now?
Oh, you was dropping it like it was hot, brother. Talking about she wants this and she wants that.
You got two OEs there. It's two OEs starting to appear.
Being on these platforms is like surfing.
Yep, exactly. Make sure you hit the like button, family.
Yes, hit the like button, family. So, can you hear me, Nityama?
I can hear you, Bliss.
Okay, I think he's still.
What this is, while he's having this momentary break, y'all better get some water to lubricate your chakras because he's dropping some major insights.
Yes.
You know, folks like mentioning it, they scared to let go.
Oh, can you hear us?
No? I'm trying to get in so bad. I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you too. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna bounce out though. So
the Illuminati said it's too much heat here. The Illuminati says too much heat.
Oh, but he's back.
Can you hear us?
I'm buying an internet booster today. So
Yeah, he's it's like going in waves as far as being connected.
I
And
hope we can come back because I'm definitely gonna buy something, an internet booster for every room in this.
You cut off, Oye. Can you hear us?
yeah, I can hear you. It's their connection that's fading and rising like waves.
Mm.
You
So
know?
what I wanted to get to, the class that's coming up. So the reason for this talk, family, this evening is so that Nityama can present his class that's coming up regarding, which is only for women. Hence the passion when he speaks about women. And then now you have two OYs there. So I wanted him to speak a little bit about what he's offering, his lessons, his class, what it's all about.
Mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Oye. It's two of you, but we can hear you.
Say that again.
It's two of you.
Two of me.
Yeah, we see two of
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
you
can
what have
see,
you done?
we can hear you.
Double trouble. Are we good
It's
now?
double the
Careful,
blessing,
Miss
baby.
Bliss.
It's double the
Careful, Miss
blessing. You heard
Bliss.
what he said.
Double the blessing. Okay.
Yeah, they back.
I said, careful, Miss Bliss.
I'm careful. I'm careful.
Say what?
I wanted you to talk a little bit about your master classes coming up that you're
I
offering
have
to the
no idea who can hear who.
Oh, we can hear you. You good. You good.
You good. Good
That's
to go.
amazing. Because I'm over here, I'm just surfing. I have no idea what's going on. Sometimes I see somebody, sometimes nobody. Sometimes I hear, sometimes nothing.
Well, we can hear you, so
So
you can
what were
just
you
ride the
saying, Miss
wave.
Bliss?
I was saying, if you wanted to
Well,
talk about the class, the master class for women.
wanted to what?
If you wanted to talk about the master class for women.
Okay, they're fading on us, family. We're going to get Oye back up. So thank you for your patience as we work with the slowness of the internet connection. Because he
I
was
have no
definitely,
idea what's happening.
yeah, it's a slow connect at the moment. And
Can you hear
hopefully
me?
it'll restore. I can hear you.
Okay.
Maybe it
Can
could.
you hear me? You look like you're good now. You both look like you're
Say
good
that
now.
again.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So the women are anxious to
So
hear
you
about,
were asking me.
yes, about the
You were
upcoming
asking me. Could I say more about what?
the master class. The women are anxious to hear about the master class that you're offering.
Oh, that's the master class is about the Nirvana sacred numbers. The numbers speak to me. They talk to me constantly. So I'm constantly watching numbers because the universe is mathematical and musical. So you can either pay attention to the numbers and hear the music, or you can hear the music and see the numbers. So for me, because I never grew up with much musical aspiration around me, it's coming through my family. They're very Christian. You couldn't even play no real music. So I just went toward math and started paying attention to numbers, and they talk to me now. So different frequencies come together in different ways. Different frequencies depending on when you were born. You were born at a mathematical juncture, and it had a lot to do with the creation of how you function inside. So if I understand the numbers surrounding you, I understand deeper aspects of your being. So that's what this workshop is going to be looking at. How do you start to understand your world from a place of numbers? The people in your life, what are their numbers? What are they made up of numerically? Because you'll understand their psychology, you'll understand their fears, you'll understand what's their shadows, you'll understand many different aspects of them, which will then give you the opportunity to gauge your interaction with them in a way that they understand as well as you understand. And that's so relations with children, relations with parents, with men, people on your job, wherever you are, numbers are all around you. They are numbers around you. If you understand the number that they're functioning out of, you will have a much deeper and intelligent interaction with them. You will never ask them for things that they could never give you. And that's where we spend most of our time, attempting to get things from people that the person in no way has to give you. So now you're frustrated because you can't change them to be somebody that you want them to be, so they'll give you what you want. It made them to do that. If you understood that, then you could go on and give them a break and go take care of your business. But see, that's too much like right for you to have to take full responsibility of your own desires, your own needs, your own longings. You want somebody else to be willing to be there to fulfill it all for you. And this is one of the things that goes on between men and women. They both standing there screaming at one another about what they want and what they need, but there's no lines of communication between them. They're speaking two different languages. So that's what the workshop will be. If a person has a certain frequency, say somebody's born on the frequency of 1, that's totally different than the frequency of 8. A 1, they constantly caught up in right and wrong, good and bad, and good, all this. So you can hardly even talk to them unless they're trying to decide if what you're saying is right or wrong. You go ahead, Oye.
I wanted to talk about the format of the class for a second. Let him get a sip of tea right quick. How this class is going to go and like where it came from. So last year, Baba did a men's only master class, and it was 90 days. And I asked him, I said, why are you doing a men's only class? And he said, because the men are in trouble. And I said, well, once we got into the class, I realized how much I was in trouble too. You know, as a master teacher, as a master astrologer, as a tantric practitioner, as all the things that I am, I was like, ooh, I'm in trouble with how I am relating to the mother, myself, and to women. And after quickly into the program, I said, how are you going, when are you going to teach this to the women? And he says, brother, I don't even know how. He was like, I'm trying to get y'all together. Look at the mess that y'all are. Because women were saying, oh, we wish a man would teach a man. But he's a Tantra master. He's not a marketing master. So it was only 40 brothers in the class. He definitely, so I was like, it should be 400. It should be 4,000 brothers in the class. And now we have joined forces together so that we can reach a larger audience and do it in a shorter period of time. So it's going to be a 7-day master class. It is totally impossible for all of, can you mute his mic so there won't be feedback? Can everybody, can you mute all the mics real fast so it won't be feedback? It would be totally impossible to teach this number system to anybody in 1 day or 2 days. Totally impossible. If it was one-on-one or if it's in the group setting that we're going to have it in. So it's going to be a 7-day class, and then it's going to be broken down so you can have a process. So some of you may say, well, man, I don't have 7 days. Well, you're going to have lifetime access to the recording, but I really implore that you be there every day for this week, because this 1 week is going to change your entire perspective. You're not going to be able to just walk into the age of Aquarius by yourself with no guidance. That whole thing everybody used to say is, oh, I'm my own teacher, or I can teach myself, or I can just be on Google. You about to get your head cut off, or you're going to slit your own throat or your own wrist. The first 2 days is just going to be the introduction. Even everything he mentions right now is still like, can't even get into it because it's going to take 2, 3, 4 hours just to do the introduction to this system, because it is not your regular numerology system that you have been studying. It's not. It's frequencies, not just numerology. And the combination and the way that he has been interacting with this system for over 50 years is going to take some time to explain it to you in a way that, A, how does it help you in your relationships? And this is a women's only masterclass because sometimes men are a distraction. You won't be able to be distracted by a man in class that's looking good or asking a question that's on a male frequency. It will only be offered on a frequency for the divine goddess feminine energy. Okay, it will be channeled from the mother to the mothers through what I call, he's the space age Aquarius. He's the space age Aquarius. And so the format is the first 2 days is going to be the introduction. And then the next 3 days is going to be, people are going to be broken up into smaller groups. So really, you're only going to come to 5 classes, right? Because your particular individual frequency, let's say, I do have it written right here. The 2s, 4s, and 8s will be in a group by themselves. The 3s, 6s, and 9s will be in a group by themselves. And the 1s, 5s, and 7s will be in a group by themselves, right? So this is why when you sign up for the course, we'll be asking for your birthday. We'll already be looking at your human design in the background, your gene keys, but we're also going to be putting you in groups on the 3rd day. So there's going to be 2 days you're not going to come because it's not going to be your frequencies, right? And then in that mini group, mini power group, this is where the Navy SEAL training is going to happen, where you're going to be able to get specifically, have all of your questions answered and have it explained to you on relationships, coaching, healing, business dynamics, how to relate with your parents, relating with your ancestors, relating at your altar according to your personal frequency. Okay, so this is please, whatever you do when you come to class, look at this like a martial arts class. If you've studied with Master Lloyd Strayhorn, if you study with some of these other numerology masters, keep their class to their class. Don't ask Hank Rising about plumbing, because what somebody else taught you about plumbing. Only ask Hank Rising about what he's teaching you. So when you come into this class, please be an empty vessel. If you have a background, that's great. Do you need a background? Absolutely not. The emptier your cup can be so you don't compare, the more you're going to receive out of the entire experience. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th day, I'm going to be teaching a class around altars and ancestors. So how do we implement what you're going to learn into helping clean up ancestral debris? Do you have a communication device, your altar, that is aligned with your frequency to directly link you into your ancestors and to the mother, so you can pull down assistance at will? Because Pluto in Aquarius is going to shake things up so much. Did you see the 3 tornadoes in California just outside of LA day before yesterday? That was a message. That's how she's coming to clean things up. It's such a mess out here. It cannot be a subtle cleanup. The word is jarring. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe, oh, why are you talking to me like that? I want it easy. I want it smooth. It's not happening any longer. It was 12 years of containing this energy, and now it's at the very beginning of a new 12-year cycle. So would you like to get the information directly in the front, or would you like to get caught up 3 or 4 years later and now you like got more disarray? Baba Nityama, mute your microphone. Or Miss Bliss, can you mute his mic? Thank you. So it's a 7-day masterclass for women only. Now I know some of you brothers are like, hey man, what about us? Well, there's going to be another masterclass for the brothers in July. But right now we got to get the sisters have to get this information, because they are the mothers of civilization. I'm from the Noble Drew Ali school. I understand who is the mother of civilization. And when he said we have to lift a fallen nation, we're talking about the nation of mothers that are going to help the gods resurrect. All of Freemasonry, all of the Rosicrucians, all of these temple teachings have been about this day that's starting today on the 24th. Pluto is in Aquarius. Just start Googling that. The magnitude of it. It's going to be 12 years of explosions. You're going to have to put your big girl panties on, or you're going to have to take your panties all the way off. You might have to just go out here free flowing, and you're going to need assistance. Aquarius is about networking, tuning into the proper network, organizations, all esoteric orders and esoteric societies and secret orders. I don't care whether you agree with the Illuminati or not. It's an Aquarius energy. If you are AKA, if you are a Delta, if you are Omega Psi Phi, if you are a Kappa, if you in the Moorish Science Temple, if you are Nuwapian, any organization you're in is Aquarius energy. So now here comes Pluto that's about to transform it. And Pluto is explosive energy. It's not subtle energy. And it's the gangsterist planet in the zodiac. I just made up a word, gangsterist. It's the most gangsterist planet in the zodiac. That's why it's so far out. It's so far out because it's in no hurry. This is not a moon cycle. This is not a Mercury retrograde where it's over in 2 months or 6 weeks. This is something that's coming, that's going to be lasting for 12 years. And to be honest, nobody's ready. You're not ready because you don't have a reference. All the master teachers that we invoked at the beginning of this episode were warning us about this time. They saw it coming. Martin Luther King was like, I've been to the mountaintop, I've seen it, but I may not make it there with you. That's what we're talking about now. Walking into an energy with all you're gonna have is faith and the skills that you have already been practicing. So if you all over the place, joining something that can give you direction. And what did Jay-Z say? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We often lie to ourselves. We often caught in a lie of always pretending to be something that we not. All the pretenders are going to get hit first. So including myself, anything that I'm pretending that I am, that I'm not, I'm going to get smacked across my forehead. And I'm from the country, so it's going to be to the white meat. It's going to look like one of them WWF wrestling matches in the cage. But it's not going to be literal blood. It's going to be like your experience is going to be like, wow, I can't believe somebody just bust me across my head like that again and again and again. Your spiritual baths aren't going to work no more like you thought. That little spiritual bath you were taking, putting some crystals in there, putting some clearing salt in there, not going to work. The black salt you was putting in front of the doorstep to keep evil out, not going to work. It's a different time. How can you think you're going to get the new results using the same technique? It's a new energy that's coming in. Think of it like this. You've been married to somebody for 12 years, right? And you know this person intimately, and all of a sudden that person leaves or y'all break up for whatever reason, whether it was for finances or whether it was for somebody passed away, somebody died. Let's get real extreme with it. And then you find yourself in another relationship immediately following that one. What you were doing with your last partner is not going to work moving forward at all. At all. There's not going to be this like, ooh, smooth transition. It's not going to happen. It's going to be jarring. And you're not going to be able to use what you've been using with that partner that you were with for 12 years. So as Sister Myra says, we're going to have to deprogram to reprogram. This masterclass for women, I'm just so thankful when I saw that he was doing it. I jumped all over it and was like, hey man, let's make it for the top. And get it to as many women as possible. Because brothers, hasn't this what y'all been waiting on? If the sisters say, yo, I need a little bit of cash to go ahead and get into this class with Nityama and Oyi's son, this would be a good thing for you to finance. You've been financing eyelashes and butt lifts, and you've been paying for roofs to get fixed, and you've been paying phone bills, and you've been, come on now, I'm just keeping it real, Miss Bliss. These jokers, these men out here, ladies, if you got you a beta male that you over there and you using him as a nice simp to finance something, be smart about what you financing it in. Don't let them keep financing you a trip to Hawaii or something like that. You better get into some type of organized masterclass with masters. And your discernment is what's going to save you. Your discernment is what's going to save you. Thinking is not going to save you. How does this feel and resonate in your stomach, in your gut, in your intuition? You're not going to be able to stay in your head. All this, let me process it, that's about to die. It's really dead already. Let me think about it, dead. The only words that you're really going to be really able to use that the mother is listening for is, how does this feel to me? Let me sit with this for a second and see how this feels to me. You're going to have to you're going to be forced to have to get back in touch with your real feelings. And yes, it's going to be scary. If you've done Bufo before, it's going to be similar to that with no psychedelics. If you've done 10 grams of mushrooms, 15 grams of mushrooms, or you've heard about it, it's going to be like that without mushrooms. You're not even, I don't even really know how to go into like the full description of what's coming, and we don't know when Baba's going to be able to teach another class like this. This is not a class we're going to be offering like every 2 months. So because we've never seen this energy come before. He's never taught a class. The first class he taught in 75 years, was in July. Y'all been watching him do the energy work and having women come to orgasms. He's never taught any of his systems. So now it's about to open up. It's about to open up.
If someone took this course, you're saying that it would benefit them financially, and it would also benefit them in business, and it could also benefit them in regards to relationships with friends and children and parents and husbands or lovers, correct? So
Will benefit. Yes,
will.
will. WILL. Will.
And
Exponentially too.
and then you also said that two people can join in and take a class. So family, I'd like to invite you to think a little bit out of the box. If two of you can get together and take this class, or maybe even up to three of you can get together and take this class, and then design some sort of business plan around that so that you can make money from this class. Or if you already have your business, you could use it exponentially to expand or grow your business. Or if there's a family member of yours that need assistance, then you can do it that way. You could probably market yourself as a relationship therapist on some level to assist someone. So kind of think out of the box a little bit to see how you can
Miss
generate money or benefit from this. If you're going to be putting out the cash. I'm sorry, I think like this. I probably don't think like everyone else, but that's just how I think.
Miss Bliss, on the last day, on day 7, everybody's getting a new business plan.
Well, there you go.
Everybody's getting a new business plan on the last day. Like, it's a lot of surprises in the course. It's okay. We're not worried. But to learn a new system, to deprogram, to have new frequencies issued into your body energetically, to be rediscovering your own personal YeMingZhu, to have a new altar, a new relationship with your ancestors, and leave with a business strategy and a team. How many women have been working? Miss Bliss, you know this. How many women are so catty they just can't find another woman to work with because they don't know which one they can work with? How many of them, Miss Bliss? How many women out here talking about, oh, I got my own money. Oh, I got my own money, but guess what? She ain't got no team. How many women are tired of working by themselves? Huh? How many of y'all are tired of it? You want to keep being tired of it, or you want to come see us and we help you?
Yo, family.
How about leaving with a team of goddess sisters who got their own money and know saying, oh, we're going to work together. When the women leave on day 7, they'll be working together on teams.
I get it. Family, shout out to Oye. I was in Texas with him and I did the training with him. And let me tell you, he had some wonderful people there that I was able to relate to, communicate with, build with. I'm still in the group with them, you know, and it's a great connection. So to be in a class with someone who resonates on that level, who have similar goals or want to reach that top and who want to work with you, then you can find someone. So shout out to Oye for that. I appreciate you, my brother. It's a blessing, always a blessing. So that's my testimony. That's my testimony.
Right. I'm trying to see everybody blow up, yo.
Well, I've just been listening this whole time, and there's a book I highly recommend people take a look at. It's called Cosmic Currency. See, we all have been attempting to build up our wealth down here on this 3D dimension, and that's nowhere. This is in nowhere where wealth is created. It's created in the inner world, and then you withdraw from your inner world currency and bring it down here to utilize. We've been trying to build up our treasures down here, and most people have no idea what it means to build up their treasures in the cosmic arena. So one of the things that I'm become very aware of is that we're constantly trying to create positivity through statements of negativity. We need to remove the word not, won't, can't, all these things that say not is a word that never existed. This is a mind fuck. If you take not, I I do not want to be poor. If you take the not out, which is a non-word, what you statement you just made is, I want to be poor. You can't stick these two things together and get anything uplifting and positive out of it. So I'm really recommending that everybody start taking a look at your communication, even in the spiritual world. I read things in the spiritual world and constantly not this and not that and not this and not that. There's no such thing. Not never existed. How can you be and not be at the same time? So take these knots out of your vocabulary. I do not want to have to keep scrambling around for this. State what you want to do. I want to be able to state things in my world and have them happen, not rather than I do not want to do this and I do not want to state what you want to happen positively. Most people in their communication, they have no idea how to even to make a statement positive. You tell them to take the knot out and now they have no idea what to say. We've got to correct that if we're going to be abundant here on this plane on any level. And you have to realize that because ask and you shall receive. But if you're asking backwards, you're going to get the backwards results you asked for. It's just you've got to understand how to communicate with the cosmos. And most people have no idea how to do it. Even in the spiritual community, they are very lackadaisical with how they communicate. And their life is just as lackadaisical as their communication. So NOT in all of its forms, I want, which is will not, I can, which is can't, which is cannot. Remove all of that out of your vocabulary. That is what's sapping your wealth out of everything you do, whether it's around money, whether it's around relating, it really in no way matters. You've got to clean up your communication. And that's one of the things that I will be focusing on doing this workshop. Look at how you speak and then look at how your life is. The universe is never attempting to keep anything from any of us. It will give it to you miraculously, even money. We think money has to come through a particular avenue. That's the reason why most people have yet to have it. No, just state what you want and trust the mother. You think the mother will lie to you? We have forgotten how to ask and how to receive. There's no shortage here. If you're suffering in shortage, it's because of how you're relating to the universe that you live in. Even the crooks have lots of money. So how is the chosen people or the people that have been here that really got good hearts, why are they lacking? There's something that needs to be cleaned up. That's my message to everybody, all the tribe. I'm a tribe person too. I slept on the streets. I've done everything that can be done and still attempted to carry this work. I'm no longer willing to do that. I want to bring everybody up and get them to understand that all you need to do is clean up your communication, know how to ask and how to receive, and do it the same way everybody that does it. But they never told us how to do it. So we've been struggling for no reason whatsoever. And giving a discount, I'm never beyond giving a discount, but for what? I'll give a discount for you to start communicating in your life in a different kind of a way. And I have. I've been giving away everything the whole time I've been here, basically.
Mm.
And now I'm saying, first I need to correct everything in my own life so abundance is never an issue for me. And now then I can tell somebody else how to do it. So I'm totally for the tribe. And yet the tribe is going to have to take responsibility for learning how to communicate. Or nothing will change. I'm in no way open to going out begging anybody to do anything for me or for themselves. No, state it. Ask the mother. She's given you everything. She said, "Ask and you shall receive." We never figured out how to ask. And begging and asking are two different things. So I'm wanting to raise the consciousness to a whole new level about what does prosperity, abundance, cosmic wealth. It's in no way easy for you to create cosmic wealth because you've got to change your behavior. And most people in no way want to change their behavior. They want a handout. I'm in no way into handouts. I'll hand you out the information that you need to change your life. It's up to you if you use it. So I want to see everybody raised. And I've given my whole life away. My whole life, I gave it away. My life didn't even start until I was 48 years old. And when I went to have a numerology reading from a Buddhist priest, I mean a Balinese priest here, he said, "You've already paid your dues. Stop. Stop. You need to do nothing else in this lifetime. It's all going to come to you because you've already given the first 48 years of your life away." I cried. I just sit there before him and cried. I said, I had no idea I was laying up treasures in heaven. He said, "You've laid them up and they're there. All you need to do is call on it from now on. And just people coming to you and talking to you will raise them up to that level." So I'm just gonna do what I'm being shown to do, and I want to give people the real keys to turning it around. And some things have been overlooked, even in our spiritualness in the Black community. I listen to people communicating about spirituality, not this, not that, not. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Trust me. A lot of effort with very little to no return. And even if you get it, you keep saying those knots and using those kind of phrases, it's going to disappear. It's just a matter of time. If you're hooked into the source, there's no way for the source to disappear, so there's no way for your source to disappear. So it's just, we got to reframe everything. Everything got to be reframed. I'm no longer a beggar, and I only encourage. I in no way want to encourage begging. Come to me and talk to me about your situation. Let's sit down and look at how you're disrupting and sabotaging your own life, and let's see if we can't see some results in less than a week of it raising up in a different manner. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I want to bring that to the tribe, all the tribe. I don't even deal with race. I care. I never even deal with race. I want to give it to life. Life will determine. Some people here have no soul. That's okay. That's on them. I'm giving it away freely. The advice that has been given to me about how to turn it around. And I just look to work with whoever the mother sends me to work with. Anybody else, it just was in no way meant to happen, at least at that moment. So I love everybody, and anything that I can do to help anybody, call on me. That's simple. But be ready to listen. Be ready to shift and change, because nothing happens without you shifting. It's a new day, and it's gonna be tough. Pluto in no way plays with anybody. No respect of person. So we got to get ready for that kind of weather report out here.
I want to thank you for your words, Baba. I want to thank you for your view, Oyi. I want to thank everyone who left comments in the chat. If you can align with this, Oyi, I'm getting a lot of requests for the date again for the upcoming event.
April the 1st.
Say it a little louder, brother.
April the 1st.
Okay.
April the 1st.
Got it.
It's an Aries affair. It's an Aries affair.
Cool. And we got a lot of healing to do, family.
It's a new day.
Yep.
It's a new day. This is the season for it. This is season. This is season for new things. This is not the season for old things. This is season for new things, and we issuing it in. They talked about it, about the age of Aquarius. It's here, baby. We're not resisting it.
You know, I like being in the dojo in my youth because steel sharpens steel. So I appreciate you, Oyi. I appreciate you, Baba, Fatise, Shantam, Nityama. I appreciate all the genius of Miss Bliss artistically. And I appreciate you, the listening audience. Acknowledgement to Chief Nighthawk and Sincere 7. And all of you who took the time to listen to this colorful dialogue. And may you excel every day in every way. And most of all, I want to thank our ascended master ancestors. That being said, let's wrap it up. Y'all ready to wrap it up?
Thank you, Hank, for having the platform.
Ashe.
Say,
thank you, Hank, for having us and always supporting our mission, brother. We love you. Thank you. And we
supreme shield of protection.